This project's in Boothbay, Maine, a renovation project. The pitch was to tear down 1/3 of their waterfront, which was a addition that had all of the bedrooms, but the problem was it was in the priority solar corridor. So the idea was put this transparent screen porch in its place, allow that kitchen, living, dining to have this beautiful southern exposure. And then we had to find homes for all of those guest suites. Let's stick them in the garage and put the cars out in the driveway. And then with our landscape architect to take away all of the lawn and really bring that natural landscape to the building. I don't know all clients would take the approach of tearing down water frontage for conditioned living space, but in this case, it was the absolute right move for the property, and the clients were super stoked on the idea. One moment that we are incredibly proud of was probably one of the most challenging, the stair assembly in the entryway. You open that front door and you see all the way out to the water frontage, and there's the existing stair in the way. Can we make this stair as transparent as possible to get that sight line through? And so we worked with our engineer and used reclaimed wood for the treads, steel stringers. And then there's a stair down and we had a glass railing there. Again, just trying to keep it really simple, the engineering behind that assembly. And then two, assembling it within an existing structure was incredibly tough. And I don't know that any of us slept the months leading up to the install, but it went in and it's gorgeous. There's two aspects of this project where our clients really weighed in, and one of their sayings was, Jessie, no good things happen below vanities. And they loved the idea of, wall-mounted vanities, clean appropriately underneath, and they were so spot on. And then the other problem that we discussed at length with the client was, if you've ever noticed toe kicks in a kitchen, they're the least elegant moment. Our clients had spent time abroad and saw how they approached this in Europe, and what they learned, which was a custom, stainless grill that just goes all the way around the kitchen, it really tied in, all these disparate parts in a really beautiful way, and it looked truly elegant. Renovations are incredibly tough because you're trying to marry all these disparate parts, taking roof lines that didn't align and trying to make them all marry and make it look so effortless. But what you remember about projects is the process. And this was one of those projects where it just went with such ease. Eric Martin and his team, Martin Builders, and the project foreman, Pete Kelly, were just aiming to please, knowing when to call, knowing when to ask. And this project came together because all parties were just game to making this house awesome. I think there's a listening that's required in renovation. You can only draw and you can only anticipate so much. Being open to the challenges that arise during the construction. Oh, I wasn't anticipating a post here, or I wasn't anticipating a mold issue on sheathing here, and really being willing to flow with the volatility that is a renovation. There's going to be complexity once we start opening up walls. I'll just say what I really love about basketball is there's this tradition of after you make the shot, you point to the guy who shot or gave you the pass. And so I have to acknowledge the pass, which was Rob Whitten, the founder of Whitten Architects. This is right, in his backyard, incredibly special part of Maine for him. And he had gone to the property very early on and met with the clients and kind of had the pitch in mind. And in the way that Rob does, we went to the property together and kind of posed it as a question if that's what we should do on this property. And the answer was yes. And then the hard work began, but, big nod to Rob and his visioning for that initial pitch. And I'd also love to thank Albert Putnam, just incredible structural engineer, which is probably understating what he does for us in our work. Krista Stokes did all the furnishing. She did the styling for the photo shoot as well. She's got such vision. She was wonderful. Martin Builders, terrific build team. Pete Kelly, really just a wonderful person and making it all come together and all work. Richardson Associates with the landscape work that they did, really taking a manicured landscape and tying it back to what felt like Maine appropriate. There was magic there. And, thank you, Trent, for your photography. This was, we create documents that ultimately end up as buildings, and it's such a personal experience, and our buildings are loved hopefully by homeowners and families and friends, and such an isolated group. But when we get great photography that really captures the vision and the feel of the place, it gives our team at Whitten Architects the opportunity to share. And there's so much joy in sharing these projects, showing what's possible in Maine with our team. And thanks to AIA Maine for doing the awards as well, and giving us the opportunity to really share what's possible.